Yo, what is going on, guys? Adam from SixFlow Automations here, and in this video, we're going to be going over how to sell AI receptionists, okay? And to be exact on what we're going to cover in today's video, I'm going to start off with who am I, so you know who you're talking to and why you should listen to me. Then I'm going to be going over why AI receptionists are actually a massive opportunity in today's market. Then I'm going to talk to you about how you can sell these things step by step, okay? I'm not about fluff. I want to give you actionable steps that you can take today to start your business and start selling these things. And then throughout the video, I'm going to be giving you some value here and there. So if that sounds good, be sure to like the video, subscribe, of course, and then comments. I'll respond to all your comments. And without further ado, let's get on into the video. All right, so who am I? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Adam, and I am the co-founder of SixFlow Automations with my partner Noah, who you've probably seen in some of our social media posts. So to give you a little bit more of a background, SixFlow Automations is the company Noah and I started here in Canada that sells AI receptionists to local businesses, and we got our first client in 42 days. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, it wasn't a smooth sale when we first started. We overcame a lot of challenges. We went through a ton of obstacles. It was not always easy, but over time we found the methods that actually worked, and that's what we're going to be telling you in this video. I'm not going to go over the stuff that we did that didn't work. We're going to cut all that crap, and I'm just going to give you the value, the systems that actually worked for us and got us our first client in 42 days. And right before I get into that, why not just go over the business model to give you a little bit of a background? So for those of you who don't know what an AI receptionist is, it's essentially an AI that talks to you over the phone that can answer questions for a business and book appointments for that business. It's essentially a human receptionist. It does everything a human receptionist does, books appointments, answer questions, but for a fraction of the cost. So overall, it saves business owners time because they don't have to answer the phone, and money because it is cheaper than a human receptionist, okay? And I really need you to understand this, because if there's one thing that you need to know is that business owners will do anything or buy anything that will save them time or save them money, which leads us into the tremendous opportunity of selling these AI receptionists. So to touch on a little bit of what I was just talking about, AI receptionists save business owners time and money, which means they are coming. Mass adoption is coming. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. But basically, millions of businesses today aren't using an AI receptionist. I know this. You know this. If you were to call your local barbershop, call your local nail salon, call your air conditioning HVAC guy, a human's going to answer the phone, or an automated computer crappy voice is going to answer the phone, not an AI receptionist, which means there is a massive opportunity here because we know AI receptionists save business owners time and money. So the same way that business owners added a website to their business, they're going to be adding AI receptionists to their business because it is just a no-brainer. That is how you win in modern business. So that is what is going to happen. And if you still don't believe me about this gold mine opportunity, by the way, I hate saying gold mine opportunity because it sounds so cliche and so salesy. I absolutely hate it. So let's just pretend like I never use that word, and I'll give you some real numbers instead. So let's talk about the compound annual growth rate of the AI industry. CAGR, compound annual growth rate. It's essentially the rate of growth that an industry is going to grow over time, the growth of the market, okay? So let's take AI. The CAGR of AI is approximately 40%. Now, for those of you who don't understand how big of a deal that is, the CAGR of a regular growing industry, such as real estate, is 4%, okay? AI is going to explode. The market is going to explode. So all we need in this massive billion-dollar industry is a small sliver, okay? And that is why we are hyper-niching down to AI receptionists. I know a lot of people, they just want to start a general AI automation agency. Now, I promise you guys that is not a good idea for two reasons. The first reason this is not a good idea to go so broad is now you're competing with the big dogs, okay? When you go broad and you want to do everything with AI, you're competing against these big companies that have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in capital. And if you don't have that capital, you won't beat them. Business owners are going to choose them over you. So you do not want to compete with these big companies that do it all, that go broad, okay? The second reason is that you're going to drown. There are thousands of agencies right now that just do general AI implementation and delivery stuff for businesses. You're going to drown in a sea of these AI agencies. You got to hyper niche down. But this is not a problem, and I'm going to tell you why. There is no better industry today to hyper niche down than AI, and I'm going to tell you why right now. If we take this pie, this whole pie right here represents the whole AI market, okay? Billions and billions of dollars, and it's going to grow at 40% a year, okay? So huge market. Everyone knows AI is going to grow, and the market's going to grow to huge numbers, okay? We all know this. What this means for us who hyper niche down to the AI receptionists, which is just this small piece of the pie right here, AI receptionists versus the whole AI market. One thing we know is that this tiny pie, this small sliver of the market we want to have with AI receptionists is actually going to turn into $1 billion market because the whole pie of AI is so tremendously overwhelmingly large that even that small pie is so big, which means when we hyper niche to AI receptionist business model, it's actually such a solid market we are positioning ourselves in to grow. As the industry grows, AI receptionists are going to grow like crazy, and we're establishing ourselves in that market as it grows. So that is why it poses a tremendous opportunity for people who adopt this business model today. All right, now I want to tell you step by step on what you need to do to actually sell AI receptionists. So I'm going to be going over the SixFlow operating system, which is essentially the systems that our company, SixFlow Automations, uses today to grow and scale our business. However, I need to make a quick point. If you are super determined and you want to do everything that you can to win, like you don't care, you just want to win, you want everything you need to know to win, then we actually have a school community walking you through everything you need to know to succeed with this business model. It is essentially the SixFlow blueprint, 7 courses plus a community plus Q&A plus resources, etc., etc. I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to sell you guys. I just want to give you value. But just know if you do want to learn more about that, it's in the description. Now let's get on to how to actually sell these things. Great. So step 1 is to make content. I know this isn't going to land so well for a lot of you guys, but this is just what worked for us. So we need to tell you that this is what to do because I'm not going to tell you anything to do that didn't work for us. So essentially, I did all the cold calling. I did all the cold emailing. Right? We did all these modern outreach methods. Nothing worked as well as posting content and interacting with business owners who engaged with our content. And I want to tell you guys a story, okay? So not too long ago, Noah, my business partner, had posted a TikTok that achieved over 600,000 views, okay? And for those of you who don't understand how big of a deal that is, a TV commercial to reach the same amount of people would have cost us thousands and thousands of dollars. And what I'm trying to convey to you guys is this free TikTok that Noah had posted is the same value of thousands and thousands of dollars of advertising. So when we post content according to the SixFlow content system, learn more about that in the school, we are essentially doing for free what other business owners are paying thousands and thousands of dollars for. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Watch Gary Vee if you don't believe me. Gary Vee is he's a modern marketing expert, so you can go look at him. This is what he says to do. This is modern marketing, guys. Post content, interact with the business owners who engage with your content, and try to book a meeting with them. This is step number 2. We gotta book meetings, okay? What is the point of the meeting? We're just giving these business owners more information about what we do, and we also want to learn more about what they do in their business. And I know a lot of you guys don't know my background. I'm going to give you a super quick rundown. I have an academic background in social influence and persuasion and a professional background in sales. So this is my stuff. I love sales. I love social influence. This is my stuff. We have a whole sales course on everything you need to know to actually close these meetings at a high rate. But I'm going to be giving you the main principle that you need to know to actually be successful in these meetings. And the one thing that I can tell you is to not focus on selling. Do not pressure people. Nobody likes to be pressured. Nobody likes to be forced to buy something. Nobody likes those people. So do not pressure anyone to buy your stuff. You have one goal on these meetings, and it is to build rapport. It is to build a connection. It is to get the person on the other side of the meeting to like you and respect you. Because when you do that, the sale comes automatically. Because if we refer to these experts, such as Dale Carnegie and Robert Cialdini, who you can do your own research on, they say the same thing. If you can get someone to like you, if you can build a connection with someone, the sale comes and they will comply to your request. They will buy your stuff, okay? So if you can focus on one thing, build a connection, don't worry about selling, and your sales will come, okay? Finally, once you get your client on your side, you need to deliver and fulfill the voice agent, okay? You got to do your part of the business, okay? So obviously you need to send your proposal and contract. We have templates in our school community if you're having trouble with that. And then you need to actually deliver your voice agent, okay? So our method is we assign our voice agent that we build with Retell and N8N, and we assign it to a new phone number and provide that phone number to the business, and they can tell their customers to call that number and it would reach the AI receptionist. Delivery and implementation is tough. That is probably one of the more valuable parts of our school community. We walk you through everything you need to know to actually deliver these things. But beyond that, let's talk about pricing, okay? Now, I need to talk about pricing because I see so much stuff on the internet, on social media about how people are making like 20 grand off of one voice agent per month. In my personal opinion, I think they're lying. A reasonable amount that you can expect to make per agent, or what you can charge per voice agent, per AI receptionist, is about $400 to $800 a month, $500 to $800 a month, that range. Okay, so I just want to give you that idea. I don't want you guys seeing someone on social media who said they make $20,000 a month for a voice agent or AI receptionist. That's probably nonsense. You're going to be making about $500 per month per voice agent, okay? Great. I need you guys to work the system long term, keep posting, keep outreaching, and think long term, because the number one reason people fail in business, and in particular this business model, is that they're not thinking long term. If you think you're going to get rich overnight, you're just not going to be successful. You need to be willing to put in the time and effort for a long period of time, okay? You need to be patient, and that is when actually results will come the quickest, okay? It's kind of ironic, but don't expect anything overnight. Put in the work day in, day out, think long term, and in fact, with this business model in particular, with the market that we're working in, if you put your time and effort in for a long time, and think long term, success will come because you're going to grow with the market, okay? All right, I don't want to bore you guys any more about this school community, but for those of you who are interested, the link is in the description. Otherwise, I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content just like this, okay? And with that being said, have a good day. Take care.